Welcome to Eve Singularity. I'm Major Freak. I noticed some interesting stuff going on with structures and fueling. Okay, so I'll lead you through it. So I've got a bunch of structures that it's been past 3 months now, and I expected it the server to be mirrored, a couple of weeks ago, and it hasn't yet. So all my structures went offline. Well, low power, and I couldn't use their I fueled them so I could swap out implants, right? Jump clones. So I recently discovered that I can actually online something and get it to full power, and there's no fuel in the bay. I discovered this while finishing anchoring and putting in a core of a Rotaru, and I put in the core, and then it repaired. I had to wait till it repaired, and then at the end of the 15 minutes, I installed this. I figured I'd just put this in to just test something. My intuition went off, and I plugged this in, and it went online, and it went full power. And I'm like, I waited 5 minutes, I waited 15 minutes, it took 35 minutes for the power to go low, and I'm like, what the hell? Sorry, that was my phone. And so it was really weird. It was so odd. Give me a sec. I will bring up... Which character am I going to bring up? This one. Yeah, it was waiting its quantum core. It took... I'll lead you through it. So it started anchoring, and about 1 day and 15 minutes later, I installed the quantum core, almost immediately after it, repaired. It took 15 minutes to repair, and then the 15 minutes to repair, and I plugged in the that service module, and a minute later it came online, full power, and I'm like, the hell? 35 minutes later, that service offlined, and it went low power. And I'm like, I didn't have any fuel in there. So you're telling me it'll work for half an hour? Could I take advantage of that? Can we take advantage of it? I'm at Cutlass right now. I just unlined a while ago. I unlined it. I'll show you. I'll bring it up. I unlined it 31 minutes ago. So in about 4 minutes, it's going to go low power because I don't have any fuel. I didn't have any fuel in it to begin with. Nothing. And I just, took control, went into the fitting, and online the structure. And I was able to, even though it wants to take fuel. So I'm like, what the hell? So if you've got something offline and you have fuel in the bay, don't fuel it. Keep the fuel outside. Online it. You now have 35 minutes to do so. So online it. It'll try to take fuel. That's like 540 fuel right there. So online it. You got half an hour. Plug in the fuel. It might suck it right away. I don't think so. And every half hour it wants to siphon fuel. It'll take a little bit of fuel every half hour, I'm assuming. I don't know, maybe it's every hour. I have no idea at this moment. It's just so bizarre. Anyway, so we know for a fact that in a couple of minutes this will offline. I'm gonna see if I can use the clone bay. Like, why not, right? So could we do this? Could we have an unfueled, say, a Rotaru? Just have it unfueled. It's cheap. Just, hell, don't even have the core in. Just, oh, you need the core to, so yeah, you'll need to core it, right? Sorry. So yeah, you could get away with not fueling an Upwell in order to use the clone services every once in a while, right? So before it goes yap too much, yeah, I mean, install clone. I am able to install it. Leaving ship. Can I jump? Can I jump? Can I jump? There you go. We jumped. Give me a sec. Might not have seen that. Hello? Let's try that again. Definitely jumped. And in a couple of minutes, I didn't have any fuel in the structure. None whatsoever. So bizarre. Yeah, I mean, you literally could keep... Well, you wouldn't want to not fuel it because then it would go abandoned, and that would be bad. But you could totally do it. You could just abandon it. Somebody war decked you. You just go hot lol and just plug your fuel in, And every time you needed to use your... Now, the question would be, could you do the same thing at an abandoned Upwell? That's a question, and I'll definitely set location here and send my guy there to, definitely check it out. That would be... It'll take a while because I'll have to online all the gates en route. Wait, I could do it through low-sec. Autopilot through low-sec. Lol. Yeah, still online the gates as I go. Yeah, but I'll test out. Fascinating stuff. Fascinating. We could, without fuel, you didn't have to fuel your Upwell at all ever. You'd have to core it in order to plug stuff in nowadays. But say if you had a retard that didn't have a core and then it was abandoned somewhere and nobody had war decked you because you go lol and online it every time somebody war decks you. The point was you could potentially use it as a clone bay without ever fueling it and be able to do it instantly, and save fuel. That's insane. And it works, so yay. Yeah, I just stumbled into this by accident. It blows me away. It's like, it doesn't make sense that you could online it and have 35 minutes grace. They probably did it. It's probably an exploit. I'm sure they'll call it an exploit or unintended feature. Well, something. I don't know. CCP. Yeah, the laws of unintended consequences, CCP. So yeah, I installed it, the core, and then after 15 minutes, I was able to online the structure. And maybe it's giving you a grace period to fuel it. Maybe they coded that in just as a nice thing. I don't know. Somebody must have cottoned onto it. I'm sure the nullsec blob who originated that brainstorm for them is taking advantage of it constantly in null. But they didn't come out with this idea out of frickin' nowhere, did they? They don't play the game, so they don't know how it's played. So somebody gave them the frickin' idea. So yeah, it's definitely something to take advantage of because you can guarantee the nullsec boys are definitely doing it from day one. So yeah, feel free. Jesus. But yeah, as long I could see, the thing is, this couldn't be a Freeport thing. Now, don't make it Freeport, of course, because other people would need to be at that station to online it to use the clone service. Like, you couldn't jump to that Rotaro. You'd have to be at the Rotaro, online it, and then swap your clone. You know, that'd be a cheap, easy way to do it. I wouldn't do this because fueling Upwells is such a joke. Jesus, it's been 6 months since they even bothered doing any hard work in fueling up Upwell. It's ridiculous. It's absurd, but whatever. It's fun. I can run 8 Upwells. Yay! Okay, so now there's something I needed to check out, but I'll start another video about it.